ranking the most brutal fights in the Invincible Comics. Number 5 on our list is the first encounter between MarkGrayson and the battle-hardened Viltrumite veteran Conquest. As Conquest arrived to Earth, he issued an ultimatum: submit Earth or death. Mark found himself thrown into a fight for survival against his toughest enemy yet. It was easy to see that Conquest is far stronger than Mark, throwing him through buildings with ease. During the fight, Conquest even revealed his indifference to his people's goals, relishing the thrill of combat with a worthy adversary. Mark's blows seemed futile against Conquest's strength. The fight briefly even went to space. Even Oliver, Mark's half-brother, unexpectedly joined the fight, hoping to aid his sibling in the fight against Conquest. He gave Mark some seconds to rest and rejoin the battle, but Conquest quickly got annoyed by Oliver, and despite his efforts, Oliver finds himself easily dispatched by Conquest's strength and experience. Lucky for Oliver, Cecil was watching the fight and got him out before he was killed. In a desperate bid to aid her friend, Eve emerges from her coma. As she joined the fight, unleashing her powers upon Conquest, it distracted Mark for a second, which was enough for Conquest to break his leg. After that, we saw just how brutal the Viltrum warrior was. Even though Adam Eve is an incredibly strong hero, he almost kills her in seconds, impaling her through her stomach. Conquest savored the fight, tasting the blood on his finger. Mark, with his last strength, launched on Conquest, and the two collided with such force that Mark fractured his forearm while Conquest's cyber arm was destroyed. In this fight, we saw how powerful is Adam Eve, as she rose from her near-death state with her body regenerated stronger than before. She unleashed a beam of energy that scorched much of Conquest's skin. Enraged and half-dead, Conquest goes after unconscious Eve to finish her off. Even near death, Conquest was able to continue the battle, breaking Mark's hand. With his hand broken, Mark uses the last thing that isn't broken and started headbutting Conquest, over and over till there was nothing left of the Viltrumite veteran. Number 4. Mark versus his father, OmniMan, a fight that changed the course of the comics. This is after he finds out that OmniMan's mission is Earth's conquest for the Viltrum Empire. And as Nolan declares that Mark's mother is just a pet to him, the clash erupts. Mark's newfound abilities will be put to the ultimate test. But Nolan was no ordinary opponent. His strength defied reason, each blow a seismic event. Buildings crumbled as they grappled, their struggle echoing through the city streets. Mark fought with desperation. But Nolan's experience, his millennia of existence, gave him the upper hand. Mark tasted blood and felt bones break. He pushed forward, fueled by love for Earth and for humanity. But love alone couldn't bridge the gap between them. In the comics, Nolan's face betrayed his inner conflict. Tears threatened to spill, and Mark glimpsed the man behind the Viltrumite facade. Love for his son warred with duty, the weight of an empire. Each punch Nolan landed carried the weight of duty. Yet, in his eyes, Mark saw regret. The TV adaptation captured some of this emotion, but the comics delved deeper. Nolan struggled not to cry. The quiver of his lip, the tremor in his fist, added layers. Father and son collided. Mark refused to yield. Earth's fate rested on his shoulders. He absorbed blows that would shatter any other hero. The comic panels depicted his determination, but the toll was immense. Mark's body is broken and too weak to resist. The battle left Mark battered, clinging to life on a mountain peak. Nolan hovered above, torn between duty and love. His eyes met Mark's, a silent plea, a farewell, and then he ascended, leaving Earth behind. The city lay in ruins, a testament to their clash. Number 3, rematch between Mark and Conquest. Conquest, fully healed, expressed happiness for a second chance to fight Mark. Oliver charged into Conquest, but was quickly dispatched, proving no match for the veteran warrior. After Oliver, Conquest turned his attention to OmniMan, offering compliments for the strength of his son. However, Mark intervened, breaking OmniMan free from Conquest's grasp. Puzzled by how Conquest survived the first fight, while Mark fights Conquest, we see a glimpse of pride in Nolan's eyes. With Oliver needing to catch his breath, Conquest sees an opportunity to take out the weakest link in the team, to turn the tide of battle in their favor. Mark, understanding the situation, follows closely behind, determined to save his brother from sure death. Mark seizes Conquest by the neck, attempting to suffocate him, while Conquest fights to shake him off. They exchange blows ferociously, with Conquest soaring into the sky in an attempt to rid himself of Mark's relentless pursuit. Meanwhile, without Mark and Oliver, the battle takes a grim turn. With OmniMan refusing to stand idly as his son faces death, he rushes to save Mark, neglecting the ongoing fight. Mark, fueled by sheer determination and a burning desire for vengeance, refuses to relinquish his hold on Conquest. Despite Conquest's devastating blow, impaling Mark through the chest, Mark refuses to yield, using his last ounce of strength to maintain his chokehold, ending the life of one of the Viltrumite's most legendary warriors. The titanic clash between Thragg and BattleBeast was the most gruesome duel in the Invincible Comics. Thragg, conversely, scoffed at BattleBeast, recalling their earlier space confrontation where he defeated him in seconds. Their discussion was stopped by the emergence of the Ragnars, fearsome extraterrestrial species unleashed by the Coalition to assassinate Thragg. BattleBeast allied with Thragg, annihilating the Ragnars. Outraged by the interruption to their fight, BattleBeast proclaimed his refusal to accept any upper hand and disemboweled himself, leaving Thragg astonished and labeling BattleBeast as insane. The two colossal warriors briefly faced each other, readying themselves for their greatest battle yet. They unleashed an enormous shockwave, felt for miles in every direction. Their monumental clash spanned several days. Despite the chaos and destruction, neither combatant showed signs of capitulating. In a desperate bid to secure an advantage, Thragg propelled BattleBeast into the air, only for BattleBeast to retaliate by hurling Thragg to the ground and biting off his hand. As their fight continued, the city lay in ruins. The fight seemed interminable, but Thragg's superior tactics eventually tipped the scales in his favor. He landed a definitive strike on BattleBeast, causing him to slump to the ground in defeat. BattleBeast, on the verge of death, expressed gratitude to Thragg for offering him the glorious demise he had craved. As Thragg extracted BattleBeast's heart to conclude their battle, he too crumbled due to severe injuries and exhaustion. Number 1. Thragg versus the Coalition of Planets. Easily the biggest fight in the Invincible Comics. With Thetis leading the heroes and Thragg the Viltrum warriors, the fight gets bloody quickly, with a few Viltrum warriors killed instantly by space racers. Allan the Alien is also amidst killing Viltrumites. With Oliver foolishly going after Thragg, he gets finished off effortlessly, as Thragg tears off Oliver's arm and breaks his jaw, much to Nolan's horror. The fight even saw the destruction of the entire planet, with its destruction causing a shockwave, rendering most of them unconscious. Enraged, Thragg accused Thetis of betrayal, leading to a confrontation where Thragg decapitates Thetis. Holding his head, he effortlessly crushes it. With BattleBeast defeated, and Mark grieving over his brother, Allan and Nolan faced Thragg. We could see just how powerful Thragg is, that even Mark's punches had no effect. Thragg pummeled Mark, blaming him for destroying their home. Just as Thragg starts crushing Mark's head, Nolan intervenes. Thragg reveals that Thetis killed Argol, explaining the Viltrumite's actions. Nolan admits he knew and believes the Viltrumites deserve extinction. Thragg plays with Nolan and even dismisses BattleBeast as a nuisance. Anissa and Craig attack Allan, managing to break his arm. With the fight not going their way, Space Racer saves Allan and flees the fight, leaving Mark and Nolan behind. Thragg prepares to kill them. Even Nolan admits they can't defeat Thragg alone. The Viltrum Emperor toys with them before impaling them both and leaving them for death. Thanks for watching.